All right, we're back. Maybe question mark. This is Drew
Hey, Cole.
and Cole. We're talking about Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, definitely not Shadowfall.
No, no, we're not talking about Shadow.
No, yeah, Shadow of Mordor, the Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, and yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm pumped.
too. Yeah, we're both Lord of the Rings fans.
I mean, they basically ripped it off from Assassin's Creed with the Lord of the Rings
people
skin.
have been bitching quite a bit, but
I'm still excited.
yeah, I don't really care. I love Assassin's Creed, and now they've.
Sorry, Monolith Productions, but I love Assassin's Creed and I love Lord of the Rings. So a game that combines the two,
Winning.
hell yeah! Thank you, Charlie Sheen. I don't know. What are you expecting from this? Because
I'm expecting
it's a first of
good
its kind.
combat, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've seen some gameplay from it, of course. At least, especially by now, because it comes out in what?
Like 3 weeks.
Like a month.
A month, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we've seen combat. The combat looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've heard most of the story about like he's killed. Now he and his family, I think, are killed. Now he's back for revenge.
I have IGN pulled up and Wikipedia,
Yeah.
and on IGN, players take the role of Talion, a valiant ranger whose family is slain in front of him the night Sauron and his army returned to Mordor, and basically he gets resurrected by a wraith.
Ooh. Gasp.
Definitely not Casper the Friendly Ghost. But because he gets risen up, he basically wants revenge and killing people. Killing bitches.
So he's one man army going against. Well, he eventually
Hundreds.
gets his own army we haven't heard too much about that, about him like dominating like the other orcs and stuff and animals, but he's going against the orcs or whatever
Sauron.
that are moving into Mordor.
I don't know.
I mean, he loses, of course, because the movies take place after that, and
Yeah, you never hear about Talion in the first Lord of the Rings with Elijah Wood.
I like how you just said just Elijah.
And Sean Bean.
Other people, no, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know.
yeah, he's in.
He's
in for almost the entire first movie.
he's kind of a dick though.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. I like Ned Stark in it. He's pretty good.
Well, I do like that it's not mentioned in the books, so they can do whatever they want with it. They don't have to follow any type of.
They have to follow some sort of lore, but not. I mean, it's open to.
And what they want to do besides like Sauron and stuff like that. I mean, besides like the key things, but I mean, it takes place before it, so I mean, it can anything could happen.
And the only real characters because I know people have been asking like, are there going to be other characters from the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit? And I know Gollum is supposed to be helping him a couple of times.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they Gollum doesn't really like Mordor and stuff. I think this is the time between where he gets tortured and Frodo. I think somebody said.
Are you sure?
Sounds like it. I don't know.
I feel like that's.
I know. I feel like that's later on, but
because they torture him and then immediately go to Frodo.
Well, not immediately. I mean, it in the movies it's like a short clip, but in the books it's like months and months.
But he says Shire, halfling. I mean, then they show up, and this is when they're coming back to Mordor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're already at Mordor in the movies.
And that's what I love, because when I heard that you can only be in Mordor, I was like, oh god, it's just gonna be this black rock and
but they talk
boring.
about it's like
there's vegetation, there's farms, like people have moved into this.
So that's my question: are you going to be able to work with other humans, elves, whatever? I mean, are you going to be the only non-orc?
I think.
There? I mean, of course, people have moved in, so they might be killing.
Yeah, I know there's slaves, like orcs enslave any humans they come across,
but I mean, are there going to be like other like? There's like a resistance or something, and you could be helping them.
I know there's there's a queen or something, like she kind of like rules over Mordor, but then when people like the orcs come back, she's like, fuck,
I'm out.
I know you like come across some old lady that's in the trailers, and fuck, I don't really know who she is. I'm sure it's somewhere. It's not on my Wikipedia or IGN, so I guess
it can't be true.
It can't be true. It's all rumors.
Not on Wikipedia. Not real.
I don't know. And like again, when I heard about this game, I was like, well, fuck. There was Middle Earth or Lord of the Rings Conquest, which is like Battlefront.
It was kind of like Battlefront actually, just Lord of the Rings Battlefront.
I don't think it did really well publicly, but I mean we bought it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun. And then EA shut down the servers.
Yeah, I never really played too much online, but I did like how in Battlefront you could have like a playlist of battles you wanted to do.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And I mean the only other Lord of the Rings kind of games I've played are the original ones, and you're just following the story of like the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and I never played the first one, the Fellowship, but I played Two Towers and I played Return of the King.
They were fucking tough. Well, I mean, at the time I was a little kid, so I was like,
same.
Monsters.
They were bad. But I remember because I think I went to GameStop as a little kid, and the guy told me not to buy Fellowship because it wasn't good.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't have done that bad.
Like, I was like, I want to get Fellowship. Here, wait. Hi, my name's Drew Turner.
After puberty.
Do you have Fellowship?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here, kid.
But I remember something about
Really?
It didn't do as well as Two Towers and
on IGN it got a 7.5.
Did it?
Yeah. Rating at least. I mean, they might have been paid. I don't know.
Probably.
Here's some dollars.
Corrupt.
IGN lies. Don't listen.
But I tried to play the Hobbit, game, The Hobbit. I only made it to like maybe a couple levels in. I like got out of the shower. I got out of the Shire.
You're a freak.
And then beat the trolls, and then that was it. I couldn't get past any other parts, so I ended up being done with the game. So that was a disappointment.
Here, to go back on that, how was the shower?
As I recall,
you're fucking disgusting.
Many years ago,
yeah,
it was warm.
A warm shower. Right, yeah. You're so funny, Drew.
Thank you.
Sicko. Yeah, you were right, though. The Two Towers got a better rating. You got an 8.3 out of 10, and then Return of the King got an 8.7 out of 10.
I don't remember them that well, but I think it's because there were actual battles in the second two movies.
That was all the way back in 2003.
Yeah, those games are old.
Oh my god. It was like only yesterday.
And a couple years ago.
Add a few more.
But, I mean, I think the second two games did better because they had actual battles in them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Sometimes they're really against you, though. Like, hundreds of orcs, and you need to, like, run to, like, catapults and blow them up and shit.
But I remember, I know, I've played Lego Lord of the Rings.
That's a good grasp on the story.
They actually have the lines from the actual movie in the...
Well, I thought in the Lego games people don't talk.
I know, that's what
they use, like, little hand motions with their claws.
That's what I thought, and then I played the game, and it's, like, narrating, and then it's, like, the characters are talking. It's
they've changed.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, because I know most of the lines from the movie, so I can, just quote along.
Nerd. Yeah, no, I actually quote them.
I can quote along with the game.
I don't know, but, like, what I thought... Okay, going back on the Shadow of Mordor...
fuck it.
Yeah, you're not... Fuck it. Let's talk about Battlefront. I like that game.
Star Wars Battlefront?
Yep.
That's way off topic.
Well, it's really fun. They're bringing that back. They announced that at E3 2014.
Battlefront 3? Or Star Wars?
The Battlefront.
Is it just going to be The Battlefront?
Yeah, it's called The Battlefront. And basically, I've seen pre-alpha, quote-unquote, footage of, like, them rendering the graphics. It looks down-to-earth cinematic. It's crazy.
Didn't it show, like, Hoth, right? It didn't show Hoth. In the rendering thing, didn't they show Hoth? I watched all of E3.
I know they showed Endor, which is where, like, the Ewoks are. Little fur balls.
Yeah.
Little gremlins.
Yeah, they are kind of like gremlins.
They're like Skizmo.
Yeah.
Skizmo.
But what was it? We played... You played, I know, Battle for Middle-earth, the strategy games on the computer.
That was the best.
Those were great.
I loved being orcs and, like, the Orcai and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, best.
The first game I did like because it was kind of Total War-ish. You did keep your army. Mm-hmm. But, and then in the second one, you, like, had to build a new army every time.
That's gay.
Yeah. And then did you ever play Rise of the Witch King?
Yeah, I did. And
Which
then
is an
like it's
expansion
complete,
pack.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you had like the Men of the North and stuff like that.
It was the Kingdom of Angmar, I think.
Yeah.
It was like above the Shire.
Is that made up or is that like?
No, I think that's actually where
lore?
the Witch King
Originally was from. Oh, okay. I had no idea. But I know that like in those games you can play as like the goblins too.
Yes.
And like the second one?
Yeah, the second one you can play as the Goblin King.
Yeah, and you get cool. Him, Shelob.
Yeah.
And the big fucking dragon that came out of nowhere.
Yes.
Well,
Smog.
That's not Smog, is it?
I know it's not Smog.
Okay, I was gonna say like Smog's way cooler in The Hobbit.
Smog.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
He's a good actor.
He's British.
Yes, he is.
Fun fact of the day.
Yeah, guess. I think most people would have already guessed from his name being Benedict Cumberbatch. That guy sounds like he's from New Jersey.
Or Texas.
No, I'm not.
I just don't read into it.
Not
don't read into it. No, but alright, reeling it back in, because I know we moved away from it. Shadow of Mordor. And the reason why I brought up that it's basically a cheap spin-off of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Because in the gameplay, and I think I know what you're...
There's like wall climbing. Yeah. There's ropes that look exactly like the ropes you go from like building to building. These
see they disproved that, and someone went back through it. I think there's like 2 ropes.
Oh,
there's 2 ropes in Assassin's Creed tied together, and think Shadow of Mordor. I think there's 3 ropes tied together.
Holy shit, we've been wrong.
Different
conspiracies. Let's look this up
for copyright reasons.
Monolith, no.
They pulled the back over our eyes. They're like, no, shh, look away.
Look away. Let's fix this. That was just alpha footage. We were wrong.
It's actually going to have 4 ropes.
God damn it.
We're twice as better. But yeah, like what you said, we both love Assassin's Creed, and we both love Lord of the Rings.
They also made a comparison, like the fighting style, and like the thing like flashes over their head in the gameplay.
Yeah.
Like right before they're about to hit you, there's something like a symbol flashes.
Yeah.
That's like a Batman thing apparently.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you can't blame them for having something like that. I mean, it's just their own game.
At this point, too, I mean, most things are going to seem similar to another type of game. Because there are so many games out with so many different...
Dragon Age being compared to Skyrim.
No.
Gears of War.
Still not compared to either... What the fuck? There's not even any guns.
It's third person.
Okay. No. Just no.
Would you say it's like Destiny and Borderlands?
No.
Halo?
No.
No, I mean like Destiny and Borderlands compared.
Destiny and Borderlands? Yeah, okay, that's more...
It's Dragon Age like Diablo.
Oh my god. They did compare the multiplayer trailer that came out for Dragon Age to Diablo because it's just going through a dungeon, but...
We're so fucking off topic.
Still no. But I said... I mean, there's so many different games out with so many different combat types, climbing types, so I mean, something's going to end up looking similar to something else.
And I don't know. I mean, like, people bitch about it, but it's like... Play the game. You're probably going to enjoy it. You can bitch about it all you want. But
yeah, you're still going to buy the game, and you're still going to have a great time playing it.
Number one thing about this game I'm super excited about, Nemesis system.
Oh, is that where they get smarter, or they
raise in level, raise in the ranks of Sauron's army, and basically it's like, let's say you come across a patrol, just 3 regular orcs, just having a cigarette or 2, doing whatever.
That sounds like typical orc.
Talking about the game last night, and all of a sudden you show up.
What game was it? Like
Orc Ball?
Orc Ball? All right, no, fuck it, we're doing this. What are the rules
of Orc Ball?
Of Orc Ball.
All right, so it's 8 on 8, on the field at least. You can't have subs.
What's the field look like? Is it just like a rectangle?
No, it's going to be a circle.
Circle. Oh, interesting.
And so there's no out of bounds. It's just kind of you run around. Each person gets a small shiv, orc ball, and no pads.
No pads. No pads. Shivs.
No pads and shivs. And basically, the loser of the previous game, the head, that's the ball.
But there's 8 people on a team.
Yes.
So the loser of the previous game, do they supply 8 balls?
Yes. The loser of the previous team supplies 8 balls.
So if there's like a tournament or something.
Well, not 8 balls, because remember, there's a whole team. It could be like a football, only so many players can be on the field, but there might be like 20 other people on the sideline.
So it's just
hundreds of balls.
Oh.
Heads.
Or maybe it's like, do they like have to vote? Like if you lose the game, everyone has to vote on who they want to kill.
No, it's not a voting process. Come on.
All right, I guess it is Orc Ball.
It's Orc Ball, and basically the idea of the game is to get that ball to the other side. And
but it's a circle. What's the other side? It's a circle.
You want to get it. Okay, so each team starts at opposite ends. Opposite sides of the circle.
There's a circle.
Opposite. They have to say opposite. Okay. The point of Orc Ball is to stand opposite, and basically they want to get where they started.
You're spiraling. You're going down.
Alright, it basically just turns into a huge slaughter fest, okay? There has to be the ball outside the circle.
What?
Orc Ball. Coming to ESPN.
8 the Ocho. I'm so glad I made you explain Orc Ball.
Hang on. Bleep this out or something. Alright.
Alright, so I'm excited for the game.
Oh, wait, that's what I was talking about. Opposite.
No, stop.
Okay, so the patrol, after talking about the game,
okay.
Italian attacks them. One of them gets away. He might rise up in rank because he's like, oh, I survived it. I'm obviously a badass. I should be like a captain or something.
Duh.
Yeah.
Does he just promote himself to captain?
Yeah, he's just... Well, I mean, I don't know what happens exactly, but, that's the idea. And basically, let's say that survivor you threw you threw him through a campfire and he survived and ran away, he'll come back burned or scarred.
That's awesome.
Yeah, or let's say you're riding one of those Caragors, which are basically giant, dog scaly things or whatever. Let's say you're riding one of those and it attacks him. He might develop a fear of him, or he might develop a hatred of him. If he develops a fear of him, the next time you see him, if he gets promoted and you see him again, he'll be like, oh shit, and run away. Or if he develops a hatred, he's like, oh motherfucker, and he'll run at you.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually really cool.
And so basically, the more and more these guys rank up or whatever, they develop more strengths, they develop more weaknesses. It's just that, and basically, if they raise to the height of general or whatever the fuck it's called in the system, they are basically almost impossible to kill unless you do a bunch of things towards them to get them killed.
So I'm guessing that there will be a bunch of different generals.
You like some water.
No, you're fine. A bunch of generals, and then there'll be captains underneath them, and then
lieutenants and corporals and whatever,
sergeants, stuff like that. And then it's just the grunts.
Yeah,
but. So I'm guessing that there's different areas Talon goes through, and each one has a different general and all this stuff.
There's a ton of places to explore. As far as I could tell from gameplay, when they pull up the map, there's a lot of areas to travel to, and this area, a lot of slavery is going on, and let's say that general is he's called something he Ratbag the Slaver or something like that. That's in the demo. And they all have their own personalities depending on where they're at. One guy might be really good at killing beasts and stuff. So if you try fighting him with a beast, he'll end up killing you. But yeah, they're all in charge of separate areas. And going back on the whole dominating thing, he basically Talion, the main character, he can mark him with his wraith powers and make him his own.
That's cool.
So let's say you go to a general, instead of killing him, you dominate him. All of his followers are now yours. So you basically have a mini army.
Now, are they dominated, or are they just following their general?
I think they're dominated and following your.
Because if it does, I don't know. Because if you dominate the general, the lieutenants aren't gonna just follow every order.
What the fuck, bro?
So it's all right. The general's all right, guys. You know that company over there we're friends with? We're gonna go kill them.
All right.
Because we want to. I told you to. I mean, they're going to be like, no, I'm not going to do that. So, I mean, there's got to be some type of
leeway. Like, maybe you have to dominate all the lieutenants and corporals underneath
or something along the lines of just like the higher-ups.
Mm-hmm. And basically, though, from what I can tell from the game is that he wants revenge for his family's deaths, or their murders. And in doing so, or to do so, he has to dominate the armies to fight against the armies.
The other armies.
Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, I'm the idea of that whole Nemesis system, like, people develop their own personalities. They develop their own, like, what are their goals? Like, one guy might be like, oh, I just want to go kill some people.
Yeah.
One guy would be like, I'm staying indoors. Like,
just the fact that they're actually each a unique person.
It's not just like...
They're filthy orcs.
But. Yeah, it's not like, oh, this is just an orc general, I'm going to go kill him. No, he has a personality. He might even have a fear of you. Yeah. He might be like, oh, fuck me. Like, that's that
guy. You guys know about that guy?
He killed Tommy.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
But no, I'm super excited for this game, and I mean, I'm hoping to see some more Orc Ball later on.
Man, if only.
Okay, no, I have the rule set now. Okay,
right.
So since you're so bitchy about the sides, and
you said they go to each
side. Shut up.
Or
they make a ring.
It's a circle.
The teams make a ring. Okay, and you try to get the Orc Ball at the top and bring it back to where you started.
Top of what?
There's gonna be a pillar in the center.
Okay.
Like a little mini mountain, and people have to run up to it and get the ball on the top. And they have to bring the ball back down, and the ball is ahead, and they bring it back down. And basically, there's multiple rounds of this. The Orc Ball goes on for a couple hours. Like, there's quarters and semesters, and it goes on.
Now, you shiv the other person.
Yeah, you can kill people. That's why you want a big team, so you have a lot of subs.
Because the other person's dead.
Yeah. Like, let's say it's kind of like saying we just lost our quarterback, but we have another one, maybe.
So instead of like a second, third, fourth string, there's like 10th, 12th strings. It's basically just reinforcements, not subs. It's just...
It's a sport, so we have to
replacements
say
because they're dead.
I don't know, and there's a lot of... It's about good sportsmanship, basically.
How the hell is sportsmanship even a factor when you are shivving the other team members?
You might not...
the other players on that.
You're not shivving your teammates.
Yeah, look, you're shoving the other players on the circle court.
Yeah, so...
What if you accidentally get pretty close to the other team? Can the players on the sidelines just shiv you while you're playing?
No, because they're not in play right now. They can tag you in, but that person has to go out for a water break or whatever,
or get stitched up.
Yeah, they get stitched up and get back in the fight. And basically, I mean, you just gotta worry about offsides and foul play.
All right, what are the offsides in a circle?
You can't let's say. Everyone's running up the hill. You can't just go all the way around the hill to the other side and just start shooting people in the back. That's just foul play.
That's just rude, actually.
Another foul play is to, let's say you bring an unauthorized weapon to the fight, like a bigger ship than you're supposed to have, or an axe.
What is the what's the word I'm trying to think of? What is the
dimensions?
Not dimensions.
Length.
What's the required shiv?
I mean, it's just
what is standard issue shiv for Orc Ball?
It's nothing big. It can't be large. It's probably like
5.
It's
6
like
inches.
half a foot.
Half a foot. Okay, yeah, okay.
Just it's big enough so that when you get close to the top and the competition's tough,
yeah,
you could get them.
All right.
You just
what's it? Is it just metal, or is it? It doesn't have to be a certain type of material,
like an alloy, or
yeah. Because if someone's using a wooden shiv and you've got metal, I mean, you're gonna win that one.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back on the foul play. There's the manual that the refs have,
all right.
And basically, if it's not standard iron, then no.
All right, okay.
That's off limits.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, that's just common sense.
Yeah, but I mean, what the cool thing about the sport is that. It goes back teamwork, and it improves morale.
Because if your best friend is on the other team or is with you while playing, and they die, you feel better.
You want to avenge him, so take it out on the Gondor people.
But the Gondor people didn't kill him.
Yeah, but they're sure to blame.
For you guys killing each other in Orc Ball? Damn, I just watched everyone I know die. This was a swell day. I'm gonna kill some white people.
Whoa! That's foul play.
Gondor?
There we go. We don't.
They were all white in the movie. You know it.
It's just, I don't know. It's just it's a great sport to play, especially when you got Talion running around just killing people.
Is he in the background shivving?
He ain't shivving. He's just cutting people's heads off.
He's not using standard issue. He's being a bad sport.
We've tried to throw him out of the games before.
He brought a sword. Ref.
We tried to give him a red card. He just wouldn't leave.
God. I just want you guys to know this is not actually in Shadow of Mordor. And if it is...
It better be a DLC.
We fucking called it.
It's gonna be a DLC. Is there any way to contact Monolith Studios or
we have the best idea ever.
Orc Ball.
It's called the Orc Ball. You shiv each other to collect heads of the defeated teams. How do you ever play another team if the other team always dies?
You know how many orcs are there? There's a lot. I mean, hell, you can be a bystander. It might be volunteer work right there.
Maybe it's every regiment has to have a team of orcs.
But they have their own high schools, too.
I bet they do.
High school colors. Go, Storm, go! Orc Ball.
No.
It's such a good game. How long is it? Jesus Christ.
This
is probably more talk about the most random shit as opposed to the real game.
It's we're 27 minutes into this. And we've been talking about Orc Ball for half of it.
You have to admit, though, that'd be the best DLC ever, and I fucking called it.
It would be.
Oh, God. Brought to you by maybe ?
Oh, so what? The game looks great. I mean, yeah, I know. I'm trying to bring it back and actually talk about something, and it just sounds stupid now.
To bring in a fact that I found is super cool is that time keeps going. Let's say you die, you're killed and you have to be resurrected by the wraith.
I'm the best in the game.
You haven't played the game.
I know.
And you get resurrected. I'm going to for you. Resurrected by the wraith inside you. In that time he's resurrecting you. Time keeps going. So let's say the orc captain that killed you, he might rank up, and other captains throughout Mordor could rank up or die, or generals have a riot between each other.
That's cool. The world is constantly going.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not like State of Decay. You get offline, you come back, and fucking Gandalf's in the game or some shit.
They were. Man, I've been away so long. The Fellowship is won. God, Sauron's gone. Damn.
What am I doing here? Oh, that's weird.
But that's one of the worst things about... not worst things, but the thing I hate about State of Decay. What?
I keep on thinking of Orc Ball.
Stop thinking about Orc Ball.
I really want it to be a thing now.
It's not a thing.
It's going to be.
No.
I want our viewers to make Orc Ball come true. Donate to us.
Not in real life. Please, for love of God.
Jesus Christ. We're not liable for any kids attempting this game.
No. I mean, we'll be happy that someone, listened to this, but if you shiv another person, it is illegal. You will go to jail where you can shiv other people, and it's okay.
We don't need police knocking at our doors, asking questions to Orc Ball.
I don't even think they'd be able to keep a straight face. I know.
Can you imagine two detectives just showed up? Are you two responsible for the deaths of people playing Orc Ball?
And they flip back through the notes. Wait, is this right? What the fuck?
What the fuck are we doing here? This is by far the stupidest podcast we've ever recorded.
Yeah, but it's one of the funniest. Know that. I said one of. We've only done fucking 3. Oh god. Don't have a lot to go on.
Yeah, so Talion is a pretty badass ranger. I pre-ordered it so I can get the badass skin thing.
You have pre-ordered it?
Yeah.
I have not.
Do it, because then you get, like, Dark Ranger.
I guess it's okay.
Super cool. And Orc Ball. DLC's free.
The first DLC, Orc Ball, free. Pre-order.
Italian comes in, changes the game.
No, this was the best thing would be. So the DLC is you have to go around and dominate orcs to recruit them for your Orc Ball game.
Orc Ball team?
Yeah, for you're like the coach or something. And you go around and recruit them. And like the better they are, like lieutenant or sergeant or something, they do better than a grunt. They have
better chances of shipping and surviving Orc Ball. Oh fuck! We just lost like Cody something.
The orc named Cody. But that'd be so much fun. It's like a new like little quest that pops up. It's like dominate 25 orcs for your Orc Ball team. And then you show up.
Your team becomes like really popular. You get like your own like baseball cards.
And the thing is, you get like money if you win or something for the game.
What money? What are you buying?
I don't know.
Women.
There's probably some form of money.
Orc women.
Why would you want to buy
them? Get them bitches.
Anything you buy the slaves.
Jesus.
To free them.
Whatever. You wouldn't release them at first.
Or for like, practice for your Orc Ball team.
They're just like, wait, we can go free if we beat them at what? Orc Ball.
Orc Ball. Never heard of it. Oh, it's fine. Just get in there. Here's the shiv.
We're reversing Mountain High. Friday night pregame.
Shit, dude, we're up against the Doomsdayers.
They got fucking Keith on their team.
There's your DLC. Talon has to dominate orcs for his Orc Ball team and then play. And win the Mordor State Championship.
It's at least 3 hours plus gameplay. With riveting story.
About the underlying effects of Orc Ball on the mind. Coach, I can't do it.
Yes, you can. Cody, you have to. You don't understand. If we lose, we're all dead.
We have to deal with their drinking problems.
Emotional dramas. I totally cheated on Jessica.
Oh my god, just go shift somebody. Shut up.
He knows. We have to beat him. Oh, there's like rides on the school bus and it's everything.
This is so fucking stupid.
This is going up immediately.
Oh god.
I don't even know what we put for the pictures.
I don't know. We can't put Orc Ball. There's no.
We could ask somebody to Photoshop like a football or something in there. No, it can't be a football. It's gonna be like a little head.
It's worse. It's worse.
Oh god, I'm getting a phone call. I'm ignoring that. But yeah, the game looks incredible.
We barely even fucking talked about this game.
We'll be like,
we were going pretty good there for the first 10 minutes.
In the past 23.
It's been about Orc Ball.
Man,
God.
it's the best fucking
DLC. I guess we'll just... there's not too much to talk about. What are you expecting out of the game? What are a couple things that you really want?
This is like the first game of its kind, with like at least with Lord of the Rings.
It's the first Lord of the Rings game that's come out in a while that hasn't been either Lego Lord of the Rings or Lego Hobbit.
Yeah, and it actually looks good. Like, I'm excited for this game. Yeah. And, I mean, I don't know what my expectations are exactly, because I don't know what to expect. But from what I've seen and what I've read about, especially with the Nemesis system, it makes the game incredible. Like, it's not like your regular... Oh, we're playing the story of Lord of the Rings. Oh, we're playing our story of The Hobbit. This is fresh.
Yeah, there's a set number of events that you go through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's not only like just like this linear feel. It's got this open world. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can change it. You can do whatever. And I think I'm going to enjoy that a lot. It's just the decisions you make builds into the Nemesis system, and I'm very excited to see how that works.
Because that's one of the first type of things of its kind. I mean,
yeah, the Nemesis system, like enemies remembering you and developing personalities and traits.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the first things that, I mean, in other games, enemies remember you, but it's because it's the storyline.
Yeah. It's not just like some random guy.
Yeah, just like a random guard remembers you.
I mean, maybe I do. Well, I mean, if you're playing Skyrim, I mean, the guard's like, hey, you killed that chicken.
Shut up. It's different. It's different.
Yeah, I know it's different, but I mean, I'm actually hoping to see this kind of, like, the Nemesis system. I'm hoping to see this kind of stuff in possibly other games.
Yeah, in future games, hopefully.
That'd be awesome. Sure. That'd make games a lot
especially
more
if people
diverse.
play it and they love it, and then other game companies are like, that would be great to have in our game that we're coming out with.
Like, I wouldn't not believe it if Monolith was talking to other game studios saying this is okay to use our code, or maybe not exactly like,
or I mean, of course they'd be paid for it.
Kind of code that that reminds Assassin's Creed. They're like, hey, so I know we're kind of getting on you about the ropes in the buildings, but how about that Nemesis system?
We checked the tapes, and the ropes were different. They were different numbers, so
yeah,
forgiven,
that's
right?
our fault.
Forgiven.
We take blame for that, but let's talk business.
All right, I guess.
What about you?
I'm just looking forward to a Lord of the Rings game that's coming out.
Yeah,
I mean, that's, like I said, the recent two have been Lego games. So I'm looking forward to one that actually has, like, combat, like...
It's like Lord of the Rings.
Like, intense, gritty combat, not, like, exploding into Lego pieces.
And collecting their bolts.
Yes. I mean, that's fun. I mean, I love Lego games, but... It's not, like, creepy that I love Lego games. I know you laughed, but...
No, I'm laughing.
But I'm looking... It's actually a game that is a mature game. Yeah. Because, I mean... They haven't come out with the Lord of the Rings game like that in a long time.
Mm. And, like, Conquest I liked, and I know you liked.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the same as what's coming out. Like, this is, like, gritty. This is, like, getting into the fight, killing orcs.
This is, like, a story-driven RPG. Completely story-driven, but it actually has a story behind it. Like, Lord of the Rings Conquest, you went through the...
Just battles.
Yeah, the battles. This one actually has its own unique story that's not related... Like, so they have to follow anything from the books, which I'm looking forward to. Just kind of like it's almost like a not standalone, but like you just knew Lord of the Rings.
And depending on how the story does go,
yeah,
I don't know if they would ever come out with a sequel to it, or maybe the possibilities is I don't know, out there, but at the same time, it's like this might be its only game, considering it's between events that have.
Unless they set it up so there's enough time between these events that happen and what actually happens in the Fellowship.
They just stretch it a couple more months.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna...
And this happened the day between.
While Frodo and Sam departed from the Shire.
A 60-hour game you play through. This was a day? Holy shit.
He got a lot done. You just see the sun slow. It's like Dead Rising. You just the time.
This guy's been more productive than me in my entire life.
He's been running and climbing.
But yeah, like what I said, like unique. So far, almost every Lord of the Rings game that's come out until now has followed a
linear path.
Has followed the story.
Yeah,
completely.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Which I mean, I don't know. I know I've said it a bunch of times, but that's what I'm
looking forward to. And I'm also. I'm super excited.
Don't you dare say Orc Ball.
I'm super excited for a very obviously it's been hyped up DLC, and I'm hoping
don't do it.
At some point, once a couple months down the road, the DLC gets announced that no one has heard about until now. With a riveting storyline.
Don't you do it.
Orc Ball. Don't hit me. But yeah, those are my two excitements. I'm excited for the game itself, the Nemesis system behind it. Exploration, that's going to be awesome. Orc Ball DLC, I know you're excited about.
If they come out with it, I just don't know. They won't, but I don't know what I would do. What do you mean if?
I'm totally going to find a way to email Monolith Productions.
Don't, please.
Please come out with Orc Ball. Sponsored by Cole.
So
I'm going to take all the credit for that. I just created a game. I created the best DLC the Lord of the Rings ever had.
I'd like to see him change it so it's like not a circle though, it's like an oval.
Oh, son of a bitch.
They don't have to pay you anything.
I would be so pissed.
So, I mean, we've tried to do this at the end of both the previous ones of like maybe would you get the game? Though considering before this we've both already decided
that we want to get this game.
So
I mean it's really up for you, viewers.
Like I know
Blue Pill original.
You've already pre-ordered it, and I know if I don't get it when it comes out, I'm at least going to get it for
later on,
Christmas or later on. Yeah,
Hanukkah, whatever
Yeah,
whatever.
Hanukkah,
birthdays.
Yeah, birthdays.
Parties.
No, not parties, just birthdays.
TP hats.
TP hats?
What are those called? Party hats.
Party hats. The fuck is a TP hat?
like like an ice cream cone upside down on the kid.
What the fuck? An ice cream.
I don't know how to describe it. A cone. A cone. That's what it's a cone.
God,
it's got little party symbols on it.
TP hats and Orc Ball, brought to you by Cole.
Maybe. Question. Mark.
God.
Orc Ball.
Fucking Orc Ball.
2015.